everybody, and welcome to my channel, Blind Hope Crochet. It is definitely autumn. Even here in Florida, we're starting to get a little bit of cool weather, which puts me in the mood to crochet some sunflowers. So these sunflowers were actually meant more as a coaster. Even though they look kind of big, they end up measuring about 7 inches in diameter. But what's really nice is that when you put your drink on top of it, you still have this beautiful petal design on the outside. Now, I made this out of cotton yarn, and I mostly prefer to do a lot of these types of things in 100% cotton, just in case I accidentally set something hot on top of it, it won't melt. And it's because they are natural fibers. So 100% cotton, it doesn't matter what brand you use as long as it's 100% cotton. If it is a synthetic fiber and you put something hot on top of it, I guarantee you it's going to melt. And that mess is not fun. So, for our center of our sunflower, I have brown, which the brand I'll be using is Crafter's Secret, which I got at Hobby Lobby. And then in order to make the beautiful yellow petals that I have on my sunflower, I am using Peaches and Cream, which I think I got this one at Walmart. And the name of the color is called Sunshine. So it's got all these nice different like light and dark colors of yellow in it, which make it really pretty. And another one I did, and I don't have one handy right now, but it was still brown in the center, but I did red. It was kind of a reddish purple, maybe like a wine color for the petals, and that color was called Bordeaux, B-O-R-D-E-U-X, and that's also a Crafter's Secret color that I got at Hobby Lobby, because here in Florida we have not just yellow sunflowers, but we also have red sunflowers, which are really pretty. So let's go on ahead and get started with your project. So like I said, you're going to need your brown and your yellow, which I have both 100% cotton. You are going to need a yarn needle. I use a stitch marker to help at a certain point, a pair of scissors, and a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. So now let's go on ahead and start with our brown. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with a magic circle. So grab your tail, wrap it once around 2 fingers, wrap it again around 2 fingers. So now what we're going to do is you're going to take your hook and you are going to slide it under the first string, which is closest to the tips of your fingers, and you're going to grab the back string, which is closer to the palm of your hand, with your hook, pull forward. Then you're going to twist it, so that way it kind of makes like this little, it almost makes it feel like a ribbon would sit. And then you're going to go over that first string, grab that second string, and pull it through the loop on your hook. And mine just slipped right off. Come here, you. There we go. Now you can take your fingers out, and then what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1. And what that will do is that will set your magic ring. So now, because we're going to be working in the double crochet, I need you to do 2 more chains. Chain 1, yarn over, pull through, chain 2. So that gives us a chain of 3 technically to start with our magic circle. And in this round, the chain of 3 is going to count as the first double crochet. So now we're going to make 11 more double crochets in the magic circle. So yarn over. And then once you yarn over, you're going to grab your circle and feel for the opening. But also that tail that you have, you need to crochet over it. So kind of lay it to one side. So I keep mine, because I'm right-handed, I push my tail to the left side of my circle. So that way I can crochet over it. And then once I'm done making my 11 double crochets, you pull on it and it closes up that hole to cinch it together. So, like I said, yarn over, insert your hook into the circle, grab the yarn and pull up the loop. There's 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through your last 2. So that's 1 double crochet. We have to make 10 more. Yarn over, make sure you separate your circle to find your center. Insert your hook into the center, pull up that loop, 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So let's do this again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the circle, pull up a loop, 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And let me get some more yarn here. So now you've done a total of 3. So now we have to do 8 more. So yarn over, insert your hook and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So now I'm going to go on ahead and let you do the last 7 on your own, and I'll meet you back when we get ready to join the round. Okay, so I just finished my 12th double crochet. So now what you need to do is find your tail and pull on it, and what it'll do, as you can see, if you can see, if not then feel with your fingers how it just cinches the circle together in the center, so that way you have this nice round center piece here. And so then we just kind of tuck it to the back. Now what you're going to do is feel for your chain 3, which you made in the beginning. And what you're going to do is find the top of your chain 3, and that's where you're going to insert your hook for our slip stitch. So insert the hook, grab the yarn and pull it through, then take that loop and pull it through the loop on your hook. And now you have made your slip stitch. So now you have this nice round circle. So now what we're going to do in order to do round 2 is we're going to chain 3. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3. Now, in the same area that you did your chain 3, so in this first space here from your chain 3 of your previous round, is where you're going to make your first double crochet. So insert the hook, grab the yarn and pull up the loop, 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now if you can, with that, before I made my double crochet, I pulled up that tail that I had from cinching together my circle, and I'm just going to crochet right over it. If you can do that, great. If not, then you'll just use your yarn needle and weave it in at the end. Now, identify your next space, which will be in between the first double crochet you made in the last round and the second one. And that's we're going to do 2 double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook into that space and pull up the loop. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. Again, yarn over, go into that same space, pull up your loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through those last 2. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do 2 double crochets in each space, but what I did not explain at the beginning is this chain of 3 that you originally made is not going to count in this round. So when we get to the end, and I will show you where, there will be another double crochet that we put in, and that will make this perfectly round. So, but in order to get there, we have to do 2 double crochets in each space around. So now let's do the next one. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next space, pull up your loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, in the same space, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now, continue doing 2 double crochets in each space all the way around and I will get back to you when we get to the end. Okay, so I just finished making my last set of double crochets. Now, normally at this point we would just slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. But like I said before, your chain 3 is not going to count as a double crochet in this round. So if you feel, and I'm going to pull up a loop and set my hook down really quick. So if you feel for your chain 3, and then where you made your last set of double crochets, there's like a little loop at the bottom which kind of looks like a single crochet was put there. That's what you call a false stitch. So in this case, and I'm going to put my hook back on my yarn, we're going to use the false stitch. In most cases you normally just crochet right over it. But in this case, we're going to use the false stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into that false stitch right there before your chain of 3. And with me, I think I made mine a little bit too tight, but that's all right. I can get my hook in there. Grab the yarn and pull up the loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now, in order to slip stitch, I'm not going to slip stitch to the chain 3 because I don't want the chain 3 to show. But this first double crochet that I actually made next to it is where we're going to slip stitch. So go to the top of that double crochet, and at the top of it you'll feel there's a little loop. That's where you're going to insert your hook. Then grab the yarn and pull up a loop and pull that loop through the loop on your hook. And so what that does is it overlaps your chain of 3 with that last double crochet that we made in the false stitch. So now, since it overlaps, it kind of makes it disappear, which gives you a nice round. If you set it down, you'll see it has a very nice rounded shape to it, which gives you more of that perfect circle, so there's no gapping like there can be when you do a chain of 3. So now we're going to start our 3rd row of brown, and this is going to be the last row of brown for this project. So we're going to start out with a chain of 3. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3. Again, in this round, the chain of 3 is not going to count. So now yarn over, insert your hook into that same space, and pull up the loop. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now in the next space we're going to do 1 double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. In the next stitch we're going to do 2 double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, in that same space, we're going to do another double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now in the next space, we're going to yarn over, insert the hook and pull up the loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So there's 1 in that space. So that's how it's going to be. There's going to be 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, back and forth all the way around. If you need to count it, to let you know, in the first one, the first round that we did, that was 12. In the second round there should have been 24, and in the third round there will be 36. So now let's do it again to make sure that you have the pattern. So there's going to be 2 double crochets in this one. So yarn over, insert your hook and pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again into the same space, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that was 2. Now in the next space, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and there's 1. So go on ahead and finish up your round. Remember, first there's 2 double crochet, then 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around until we get to where the false stitch is, and I'll meet you back at that point. Okay, so I just finished going all the way around of double crochets, 2 in the first stitch, 1 in the next stitch, 2 in the next stitch, 1 in the stitch after that. So now if you count, you will have 35 double crochets, because remember, we're not counting that chain 3. So now again, you're going to feel for that false stitch. If you can't see, if you have partial vision, you might be able to see it, but it feels like a single crochet that's sitting there, and in that stitch is where you're going to double crochet. So yarn over, insert the hook, and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and that makes the 36th stitch. Then remember, instead of slip stitching to the top of the chain 3, we're going to slip stitch to the top of the first actual double crochet that we made in the round. So insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up the loop, take that loop and pull it through the loop on your hook, and there we go. That is the full center of our sunflower coaster. So now what we're going to do is we are going to grab our scissors, and then we're going to fasten off. You don't have to leave a very long tail. I tend to, because I like to crochet over my ends. I don't weave them in right away, just so that way it makes it easier for me to be able to find where I need to go. So now, set down your brown, and I'm just going to put this extra bit of brown that I have away. Oops, should probably put my hook down. And next what we're going to do is we're going to grab our yellow, or whatever color you are choosing to make the petals on your beautiful sunflower. And I'm just going to unravel some of this. Okay. Now what we're going to do in order to start is grab your hook, and you're going to go on ahead and start out with a slip knot. So like I said, your tail doesn't have to be very long, but go on ahead and start out with a slip knot and put it on your hook. Now, if you pick up your center, you're going to feel in that spot where if you had chained 3, where you would have kind of like a false stitch at that point. And that is where I want you to insert your hook. So insert it and grab both strands of the yellow. So grab the tail end and the working end, and then pull it through that loop on your hook. So that way you are anchored down. Now you're going to chain 3. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3. So now what we're going to do is this round is also going to be double crochets. So now go on ahead and find your first space, and then insert your hook, pull up the loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. In this round, the chain of 3 will count as a double crochet. So that makes 2 double crochets, and to let you know, we are going to be working in sets of 4. So that's 2. So in your next space, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. In your next space, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now this makes up your first set of 4. So your chain 3, which is 1, and then 3 more double crochets that you made. So now what you're going to do is you are going to yarn over and pull through the loop for a chain of 1. And then in the next space, so we're not skipping any spaces, even though we chained 1, we're not going to skip any spaces. So now we're going to immediately double crochet 1 double crochet in the next 4 spaces. So find your next space, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. In the next space, do another double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Find your next space, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. In the next space, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now that was the second set of 4. So now we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop for a chain 1, and then we're going to do our next set of 4. So to let you know, you should have 9 sets of 4 and then 9 chain 1 spaces by the time you go all the way around. Because with this, we're going to make 9 petals. So 9 times 4 is 36, which is how many spaces you had in your last round. So we're going to use up every single one of these spaces. So when you get done, if you still do not have 36 double crochets, then you either skipped a space or you did an extra one in a space. So if you have too many, then you did an extra one. If you don't have enough, then you skipped one. So go on ahead and do your 7 more sets of 4 along with your 7 chain 1 spaces. Don't forget to chain 1 in between because we're going to use those later. And then when you're done, I will get back to you to join the round. Okay, so I just finished my 9th set of 4 and I chained 1. So now what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch to the top of your chain 3. So insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull it up, and then pull it through the loop on your hook. Now for this next round, I'm going to use my stitch marker because I still have a hard time working in a round with single crochets. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and then in that very same space that you slip stitched, we're going to do a single crochet. So insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and that is your first single crochet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in my little stitch marker, and if you don't have stitch markers, you can use a bobby pin, you can use an extra piece of yarn. I got these on Amazon. They kind of look like little plastic safety pins, so that it makes it easier for me to feel where I put it. So now that was 1. So now we are going to do a single crochet in each of our double crochets. So that was 1. In the next space, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 2 single crochets. In the next one, insert your hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3 double crochets. Then in the next one, put your hook in, pull up the loop, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 4. Now we are where the chain 1 space was. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a chain of 2. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2. Now we're going to start back with single crochets again. So go into your next space, which is over your first double crochet in your next set. Insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's 1. In the next space, insert the hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2. In the next space, insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3. Insert your hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, that's 4. So that's your second set of 4. So now you're going to chain 1, yarn over, pull through, and chain 2. So make sure in between your sets of 4 single crochets, now you're chaining twice. So now I'm going to go on ahead and do one more set of 4 with you with a chain of 2, and then after that you can go on ahead and try finishing up on your own. So let's work the next set. So insert the hook, grab the yarn and pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2 for the first single crochet of that set, insert the hook, grab the yarn, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 for the second single crochet, insert the hook, grab the yarn and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 for 3, the next one, insert the hook, grab the yarn and pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 for 4, and then we chain 1 and chain 2. So now go on ahead and finish that for the next 6 sets, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. Okay, so I just finished my 9th set of 4 and I chained 2. So now what we're going to do is you're going to remove your stitch marker, and then in that stitch where your stitch marker was at, you are going to slip stitch. So insert your hook, pull up the loop, and then pull that loop through the loop on your hook, and that is a slip stitch. Now, this next part can be a little bit tricky, and when I listened to the tutorial, I didn't exactly understand it myself. But with a little bit of help from my husband, he helped me understand it. So what we're going to do now is, remember those chain 1 spaces we did in our first round of yellow? Well, this is where they come into play. So I want you to pull up on your loop to give yourself some slack. And what we're going to do is like a backwards slip stitch. So put your hook in from the front to the back of that chain 1 space, or the very last chain 1 space that you made in that row. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your yarn and you're going to pull up a loop, and then you're going to pull that loop through the loop on your hook. So it creates kind of like a backwards slip stitch. And that's just to bring you back down to that round. So that was round 4. So now you're going to start out working in round 4. And so since I had to move myself down to another round, what I'm going to do now, excuse me, is I'm going to take my stitch marker and I'm actually going to put it in my chain 2 space above that. So now this next part that we're going to do is a chain 3. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3. This chain 3 doesn't count as anything. It's more of a decorative chain 3. So we still have to put it in as we work our way around, but it's just more of a decorative item. It's not really imperative in our stitch count. So now, through these 4 single crochets that we made, we're actually going to work on doing 4 double crochets together. So that way it pulls it together to make up that very nice petal. So let's go on ahead and get started. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that first single crochet, and pull up a loop. You now have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through only the first 2. So now you still have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, find the next single crochet, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up the loop. You now have 4 loops on your hook, but you're going to yarn over and pull through only the first 2. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. Again, yarn over and then find the third single crochet, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull it up. So now we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on our hook, but you're going to yarn over and pull through 2, which brings us down to 4. So again, yarn over, insert it into the 4th single crochet, pull up your loop. You now have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, which brings you down to 5. Now, and this might be a little tricky, but yarn over, because now you're going to pull that loop through all 5 loops on your hook. So what I like to do is I kind of like to crunch them up together and then grab that yarn and pull it through all 5. And so if you feel it, kind of pinches it together and makes it like petal shaped. So now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. So yarn over, pull through for 1. I'm sorry, we're going to chain 4, my mistake. Yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3, yarn over and pull through for 4. Now what we're going to do is something called a picot. P-I-C-O-T. So we made our chain 4, and if you feel down at the bottom of your chain 4 where we pinched and we placed all those double crochets together, you kind of made like a little cradle for those double crochets. So like I said, run your fingers down your chain and you're going to feel the little cradle where all of your stitches came together. And there we're going to insert our hook. It's going to be a little tight. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab the yarn and pull it through, and then pull that loop through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. So then once we do that, you'll feel it makes like a little point, and that is called the picot. So then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3 again. 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3, and then you're going to go down and you're going to feel where your chain 2 is, because underneath that chain 2 is the chain 1 where we want to slip stitch. So insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up the loop, yarn over, or not yarn over, I'm sorry, take that loop and pull it through the loop on your hook. And there, we have made 1 complete petal. So now I will go on ahead and do the next one with you, just to go on ahead and refresh you on how to do it. So we're going to start with a chain of 3. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3. Remember, this chain 3 is strictly decorative. So now we are going to do our 4 double crochets together. So yarn over, insert the hook, pull up the loop, yarn over and pull through only the first 2. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up the loop. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, but you're going to yarn over and pull through 2, which then leaves you with 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up the loop. Now you have 5 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2, which then leaves you with 4. Yarn over, insert into the last, so your 4th single crochet, and pull up the loop. So now you have 6 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, and you're left with 5. Now this is where you need to pinch it together. So you can yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on your hook. Now we're going to chain 4. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3, yarn over, pull through for 4. Now run your hand down your chain and feel where those 4 double crochets are kind of cradled together, and that's where you're going to insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up that loop, and then pull that loop through the loop on your hook for the slip stitch, which makes your little picot, and feel it. You'll see it feels like a little point. So that's the point at the tip of the petal. Then we're going to chain 3. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3. Find that chain 2 space because you're going to slip stitch into the chain 1 underneath it. So insert your hook, pull up the loop, pull that loop through the loop on your hook, and that's a slip stitch. So there, we have now completed 2 of our 9 petals. So go on ahead and complete the last 7, and I will get back to you at the end. Okay, so I just finished the last picot on my last petal. So now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And so now I put my stitch marker above the chain 1 space where we originally started from. So that is where we are going to slip stitch. So go on ahead and insert your hook into, actually let me move my stitch marker first. Okay, so now I'm going to insert my hook into the chain 1 space, and then that will go on ahead and create my last slip stitch. And now what you can do, if you just want to secure it a little better, into the first petal that we made, go on ahead and find like one of the single crochets that we made, and just insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up the loop, and slip stitch through there. And then what you can do is, oh, there they are, there's my scissors, is just go on ahead and fasten off, cut your yarn, and pull that loop through. Go on ahead and kind of tug on it and make it tight. And then finally it is complete. So the only thing I have left to do now is to just weave in my end. Aha, there it is. So now when I go on ahead and I weave in my end, and this is the only end that I have to weave in because I crocheted over all my others. If you did not, and you just kind of pushed it to the back, then you will have to weave in all of those other ends. But remember, so that way they don't show, you don't want to weave in one of your yellow ends or whatever color you used for your petals into the center for the brown. So go on ahead and kind of get a little close, but I go a little bit below where I fastened off, and I just kind of weave it through like those 4 single crochets, and then I pull it through. And then what I can do is I feel where it came out, and then I can just go slightly above it and weave it through the back end of those double crochets. And I like to go through at least 3 times, depending upon how big of a piece of yarn you left yourself. I make sure that I at least leave it long enough that I can go in 3 times. So now let me just move it through that way, pull it through, and then I have just this little itty bitty piece of tail left over. So I snip it off, and now the ends of your, oops, just knocked over my fan. The ends of your flower might be curling, and that's okay. So what you can do is you can either iron it if you want. Remember, it's cotton, so it's not going to melt under the heat, or you can just wet block it. So go on ahead and just kind of get the ends a little wet, like with your fingers, and lay it out the way you want it and let it air dry, and it will go on ahead and uncurl itself. Me, I'm not going to do either. I'm just going to kind of leave it because I think it's cute when the little ends curl up like that, like a real flower. But there we go. Now you have your sunflower coaster. So there are 9 petals all the way around. If you need to, you can count them, but I can pretty much just go on ahead and feel that there are 9. And like I said, these make great little gifts, great little decorative items for fall in your home. And I really hoped you enjoyed today's tutorial. Keep a lookout. I am going to go on ahead and post one about a matching placemat to these cute little sunflower coasters that we made. So keep your eye out for that one. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment box. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that way you get notified when I come out with my next tutorial. Be happy, be blessed, be healthy, and be crafty. Thanks. Bye-bye.